Hi friend, my name is Abhimanyu Bhattacharjee and as you all know I'm a booktuber and I'm making video on this book. The name of this book is Practice of Brahmacharya. And friends, as I always say, this book is this long and I cannot make this full book in one video. So what I'm doing is that I'm making each and every topic on each and every video so you can understand it in a better way, friends. Okay. And friends, what I'm doing is that I'm giving number to each and every video. So if you come sequence wise 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll understand it in a better way. Apart from seeing 18 video, 24 video, 43 video, there is quite possibility that you get confused, friends. Okay. And friends, before proceeding further, I would like to tell you do subscribe my channel, like the video, press the bell icon so whenever I update a new video, you'll get the notification. Okay. And friends, you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Abhimanyu Bhattacharjee 1906. I will spell it for you, friends. Okay. It's ABHIMANYUBHATTACHARJEE 1906. And friends, if you have any doubt, you can directly ask me in the comment section because I do see the comments and I give answer to each and every comment, friends. Okay. So friends, in our last video, I have covered the topic called 8 Angas of Brahmacharya. And in this video, I am going to cover the topic called Virya, the vital fluid. Okay. So let us see what Swami Sivananda ji is telling to us in this topic. Rashad Raktam Tato Mamsam Mama Samedha Pravajate Medoshi Tajomaya Marja Sukrya Sambhava. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, from food comes flesh, from food comes juice or child, from child blood comes flesh, from flesh fats, from fats then it becomes bone, from bones marrow, and the lastly from marrow semen. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling whatever food we eat, that food gets converted into a child, that is juice, right? After that juice it becomes blood, after that blood it becomes flesh, after the flesh it becomes fat, after the fats it become bones, then it become bone marrow, afterwards the last layer, that is semen. So this Swami Sivananda ji is telling here. The virya comes out of the very marrow that lies concealed inside the bones. It is found in a subtle state in all the cells of the body. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling that virya is the last part which comes from inside the bones, and it is in a substance cell in all the cells of our body. Out of the food is manufactured child. So out of child comes blood. So here Swami Sivananda is saying whatever we eat, from that it becomes child, that is juice. After that it becomes blood, right? After child it becomes blood, after juice it becomes blood. Out of blood comes flesh. So whatever blood gets manufactured in our body, so that blood becomes flesh. Out of flesh comes fat, out of fat bone. So out of flesh it becomes fats, then after that it becomes bone, then out of bone comes marrow, marja. So out of bone it becomes bone marrow, that is marja. So out of marrow then it becomes semen. So out of bone marrow, that food becomes semen. These are the sapta dhatus that support this life and body. So here Swami Sivananda ji is saying these are the total 7 dhatu which support our life and body. Mark here how precious semen is. It is the last essence. It is the essence of essence. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling it is very important because it is the essence of our body. So Swami Sivananda ji is telling it is the last essence, and semen is the essence of essence, right, in our body. Semen is the quiescence of food or blood. So semen is quiescence. So I will spell it for you, friends. Okay, it's QUINTESSENCE. Semen is quiescence of food or blood. One drop of semen is manufactured out of 40 drops of blood according to modern science. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling that one drop of semen is manufactured from 40 drops of blood according to Ayurveda, according to modern science. According to Ayurveda, it is elaborated out of 80 drops of blood. So here, according to Ayurveda, it is elaborated from the 80 drops of blood. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling according to Ayurveda, it is elaborated from 80 drops of blood. So one drop of semen comes from 80 drops of blood. Just as sugar is all pervading in the sugar cane, butter in milk, so also semen is prevailing in the whole body. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, as the what you call in sugar cane, as sugar is the most important thing, which comes, sugar comes from sugar cane. In the same way, from butter comes from milk, right? In the same way, semen is made up of whole body, right? Just as buttermilk is thin after the butter is removed, so also semen is thinned by its wastage. So as Swami Sivananda ji is giving an example, when buttermilk, when butter is removed, right, so milk become thin, right? So in the same way, if we waste our semen, and if wastage of semen happens, our body also become thin. The more the wastage of semen, the more is the weakness. So the more we waste the semen in our body, more we become weak. In Yoga Shastra, it is said, Maranam Bindu Patyant Jivanam Bindu Shankar. So this is said in Yoga Shastra. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, falling of semen brings death, right? So semen is the most important in our body, and wastage of semen is thing which becomes death in our body. Preservation of semen gives life. Semen is the real vitality of man. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, semen is the real vitality of man, and wasting the semen brings death to the body. It is the hidden treasure of a man. It imparts Brahma, Tejas to face and strength to intellect. So, semen is a impart Brahma. So, it becomes a Tejas to a face, right? It brings a glow to a face and intellect. So, those who are having more semen in our body, they are more intelligent, they are more intellect, and their face glows a lot. So, this Swami Sivananda ji is telling you. The two tests or seeds that are located in the scrotal bag are called secretory gland. So here Swami Sivananda is saying the two seed which is located in our scrotal gland, it is called secretory gland. Secretory gland, right? This cell of the tests have been endowed with the peculiar property of secreting semen from the blood. So these two things are responsible for bringing semen from the blood. So it manufactures semen from the blood. Just as bee collect honey in the honeycomb drop by drop, so also the cells of the tests collect the semen drop by drop from the blood. So here Swami Sivananda ji is giving an example of bees. As bee collect their honey drop by drop, one drop, one drop, one drop. In the same way, our blood also collect the semen in the same way, by drop, by one drop, then again second drop, then third drop, in this way. This Then this fluid is taken by two ducts or tubes to the vesi, vesicle seminal. So then after that, by this two tube, it is taken to the vesicle seminal. Under excitement, it is thrown out by special ducts called ejaculatory ducts. So Swami Sivananda ji is telling, during the excitement, many of us throw that semen from the body, then that is called ejaculatory duct, right? And which should not happen, and which is very dangerous, friends. Into the urethra, where it is mixed with prostatic juice. So it is thrown with urethra, and which is again mixed up with the prostatic juice. For a detailed description and function of all this internal sexual organ, refer to any anatomy book. So here Swami Sivananda is telling, if you are interested for deep knowledge about how our sexual organ function, that we can refer to any anatomy book, right? This knowledge is necessary. I will pass on the most important portion, sadhana or practical method to preserve this vital fluid. So Swami Sivananda ji is telling this knowledge is very important, and he is going to pass the important method to preserve this vital fluid in our body, and which is very important for us. According to Ayurveda, semen is the last dhatu that is formed out of majja or marrow. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, according to Ayurveda, this semen is the last dhatu which is formed by the marrow or marja. From blood child rasa is manufactured. From blood child, that is rasa, which is manufactured in our body. Out of child comes blood. So out of child it comes blood, that is rakta. Out of blood comes flesh. Then again out of blood it comes flesh. Then out of flesh comes fat. So then out of fat comes marrow. Then out of marrow comes semen. So this is the last thing, and which is very important for us, friends. Okay. So we should not throw this thing from our body, this semen, in under any each and every circumstances, friend. We need to keep this thing into our body. These are the seven dhatus. There are three division in each dhatu. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling these are the seven dhatus, and there are three division in these seven dhatus. Semen nourishes the physical body, heart, and intellect. So semen which nourishes our physical body, heart, and intellect. That man who uses the physical body, heart, and intellect only can have a perfect brahmacharya. So that man here, Swami Sivananda ji is telling that man who uses his semen, heart, and perfect physical body can only have a perfect brahmacharya. A pahalwan or wrestler who uses his physical body only but keeps the intellect and the heart undeveloped cannot expect to have a full brahmacharya. So here Swami Swananda ji is giving an example of Pahalwan, that is wrestler. A wrestler who uses his body but who doesn't uses his heart or intellect cannot have a perfect brahmacharya. He can have brahmacharya of the body only but not of the mind and heart. So that wrestler can have the brahmacharya of the body only, but he cannot have the brahmacharya of mind and the heart, and which is very important for the brahmacharya. These three parts, that is body, mind, and heart. The semen that belongs to the heart and the mind will certainly flow out. So here Swami Sivananda is telling the semen that belongs to heart and the body, it is certainly going to flow out. If an aspirant does only japa and meditation, if he does not develop the heart, and if he does not practice physical exercise, he will have only mental brahmacharya. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling, if a person only have do japa, he doesn't practice exercise, and he doesn't practice any other, he doesn't develop his heart, so he cannot have what you call physical brahmacharya. He will only have mental brahmacharya. That portion of semen which goes to nourish the heart and body will flow out. So that portion which nourishes the body and heart will flow out, which is very dangerous. So I will explain you here what Swami Sivananda ji is telling here. Okay. So see here Swami Sivananda ji is telling three parts, right? One is physical body, one is intellect, and one is heart, right? These three are he's have given this bifurcation. So he's telling now, if you want to provide semen, right? So if you do japa meditation, so your mental semen will be preserved in your body, but your physical semen and your the semen of the heart is going to go out of the body. And if you do exercise, so what will happen, that physical semen will be absorbed in your body, but the mental semen and the that is going to go. So it is very important for us to do japa, that is meditation, and it is very important for us to do physical exercise also, so that we can we can retain the physical semen which is of our body, friends. Okay, so this Swami Sivananda ji is telling to us in this topic. But an advanced yogi who dives deep in meditation will have full brahmacharya even he does not take physical exercise. So he is talking about now advanced yogi who is into full brahmacharya. So he is going to even if he doesn't do physical exercise, he is going to have full brahmacharya because he have advanced in his path. So this Swami Sivananda ji is telling to us in this topic. A tree draws the essence of rasa from the earth. It gives circulated throughout the tree, its twigs, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. So yes, Swami Sivananda ji is telling that a tree draws the essence of rasa from the earth, and it circulates to the full tree, like its twigs, branches, leaves, it gives to the full body. So this Swami Sivananda ji is telling to us. The shining color, the shining color and life is the shining color and life in the leaves, flower, etc. due to the rasa. So he's telling that the colors are shining in the leaves, green leaves, and all flowers are coming. This is only because of rasa. If rasa is not gone to the leaves, it is not going to shine and it is not going to look green, right? Similarly, the virya that is manufactured by the cell of the tests out of the blood gives color and vitality to this body and different organs. So here Swami Sivananda is telling the virya that is manufactured from the tests in our body, which gives a different glow in and to different our organ of our body. It brings our face becomes more brightness. We become more happy in our life. So this Swami Sivananda is telling to us in this chapter. One of the student of Dhanvantri approached his teacher after finishing his full course of Ayurveda and asked him, "O Bhagwan, kindly let me know the secret of health now." So here Swami Sivananda is telling one student of Dhantavantri, who have completed his education in Ayurveda, and once he asks to his Gurudev, his teacher, that could you please tell me the secret of a good health. Dhanvantri replied, so see what he replied. This virya, seminal energy, is very Atman. So he said that this virya, which is a seminal energy, it is very Atman. The secret of health lies in the preservation of the vital force. He said the secret of this health lies in preservation of this vital force. So if you preserve this vital force in your body, you're going to be happy and you will stay fit and fine in your life. He who wastes this energy cannot have physical, mental, moral, and spiritual development. So here he said that he who wastes this energy cannot have a physical, mental, moral, and spiritual development. Right. So we need to preserve this energy in our body. If the spermatic secretion in man is continuous, it must either be expelled or reabsorbed. So here Swami Sivananda is telling if the spermatic secretion in man is continuous, so it might be expelled or it must be reabsorbed. As a result, most of the most as a result of the most patience and preserving scientific investigation, whenever the seminal secretion are conserved and then by reabsorbed into the system, it goes towards enriching the blood and strengthening the brain. So here Swami Sivananda is telling whenever this semen is being retained in our body, it goes into our brain and it nourishes our brain. Dr. Dio Lewis thought that the conservation of this element is essential to the strength of the body. So here Swami Sivananda is telling Dio Lewis, who also thought that preservation of this semen is very important for the growth and development of our body. So basically he's telling semen strengthens our body. Vigor of mind and keenness of intellect. Another writer, Dr. E.P. Myler, writes. So he's telling that Dr. Swami Sivananda is telling another writer, his name is Mylers, his name is E.P. Mylers, he writes, all waste of spermatic secretion, whether voluntary or involuntary, is a direct wastage of the life force. So he is telling that all wastage of sperms in our body, that is virya, that is vital fluid, it is a direct or indirect waste of life force energy. It is almost universally concerned that the choice element of blood enter into the composition of the spermatic secretion. So the blood which is entering into the composition of spermatic secretion, and it is very dangerous for the health and which needs to be preserved. We not need to throw this sperm and out of our body under each and every circumstance. We need to preserve this energy. If this conclusion are correct, then it follows that a chaste life is essential to man's well-being. So if this information is correct, Swami Sivananda ji is telling this information is correct and it is important for the importance of man's well-being, right? For protecting the semen, it is essential to wear always a strip of dark red color cloth over the private part. So here Swami Sivananda is telling to protection of the semen, it is very important for us to wear a dark red colored cloth over our private part. For there will be no night emission and growth of textile. So if we do that, so our night emission is not going to happen, and there is not going to be a growth of textiles. It is befitting for a celibate to wear always a wooden sandal. So Swami Sivananda ji is telling for a celibate it is very important to always wear a wooden sandal, as thereby the semen will be conserved. So if it celibate wears a wooden sandal, the semen is going to be conserved in his body. Eye will be benefited, lifelong prolong, and the holiness and the luster will increase. So his eyes is going to be benefited, and holiness and the godliness and the luster will increase into his body and mind. When the virya is once lost, it can never be recouped in your lifetime by taking any amount of badam, almonds, tonic, milk, cream, cheese, chavan prasha, or makra dvaja. So here Swami Sivananda is telling once if a semen is lost, it is lost, right? So you cannot even by drinking milk, badam, by drinking almond, tonic, you cannot gain that semen again in your life. Okay. And even in our shastras is also written the semen loss is the greatest loss. So we need to preserve our semen in the body, friends. Okay. This fluid, when preserved carefully, serves as a master key for you to open the doors of the realms of God or Atman or Elysian bliss, and for all sort of higher achievement in life. So here Swami Sivananda ji is telling when we preserve our semen, so it helps us in opening the realms of the God. So it opens the realms of the God, and we are always at Atman, we are always at peace, and we are always at Satta Chitta Anand and Paramanand. We are always happy if we preserve this semen in our body, friends. Okay. So friends, today's our this topic came to an end. So in our today's video, I've covered the topic called Virya, the vital fluid. This topic I've covered, friends. Okay. And friends, in our next video, I'm going to cover the topic called the woe of Brahmacharya. This topic I'm going to cover, the woe of Brahmacharya. And friends, as I always say, this book is this long and I cannot make this full book in one video. So what I'm doing is that I'm making each and every topic on each and every video, so you can understand it in a better way, friends. Okay. And friends, what I'm doing is that I'm giving number to each and every video. So if you come sequence wise 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll understand it in a better way. Apart from seeing 18 video, 20 video, 43 video, there is quite possibility that you get confused, friends. Okay. And friend, before proceeding further, I would like to tell you, do subscribe my channel, like the video, press the bell icon, so whenever I update a new video, you'll get a notification, friends. Okay. And friends, it is very important for everybody of us to follow Brahmacharya. As Swami Sivananda ji is telling, there are too much benefits of Brahmacharya, and we all will follow Brahmacharya. Okay, friends. And one day we all will become a celibate, right? So this brings to end of today's video. I'll be meeting you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and I'll meet you in the next video. Okay, friends. Till then, goodbye, take care.